Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel, and today we're going to be going into my most commonly used pliers. So more specifically today we're going to be looking at the pliers I grab the most often, and they're not in any price order whatsoever. I have pliers or tools in general that range all over the place. It's just I buy what I like and I try and find the best deals possible. But sometimes those tools that I do like do happen to be a little bit more expensive, but sometimes I find really good deals on them and I like to share them with you. So all of these products will be linked down in the description for you guys. If you guys are interested, it's down there for you under the tools link. I'll have a lot of other stuff down there as well, so if you want to check that out. But today we're going to be looking at my most commonly used pliers, and then I'll kind of show the features on them that I like and why I use them, and then I'll show you what comes in second if I'm not grabbing those, what I would grab after that. And stay tuned for a future video where I go over all of my pliers so you guys can get an idea of everything that I own as far as pliers. I probably have more than I need, but it's always good to have a wide variety of pliers. And let's get into this, and I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down in the comment section of your guys' thoughts, as well as what pliers you guys use as a go-to most often. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Let's get into this. Okay, YouTubers, so I'm gonna quickly run through my 10 most commonly used pliers, and then I will go into the features as well as we go through them. And then after that, I will show you what tool I would use up next for each one of these if I weren't to grab these, and why. So first up is the 10-inch pair of Knipex Cobras 8701 250. Knipex, if you haven't heard of them, I don't know where you've been. They're one of the most popular and best plier brand available on the market. They're made in Germany, and they're fantastic, fantastic pliers no matter what set you get. So these Cobras are very, very popular. They're 10-inch, and these ones run anywhere from $40 to $50. And keep in mind, a lot of these are more affordable when bought in sets, but that's not always possible. Something like this isn't available in a set, this isn't, but a lot of the Knipex stuff is available in sets where you can save quite a bit of money on them. So here's kind of a close-up look. The thing that's nice is the push button here that locks in wherever you want it. It's got a lot of positions, unlike my other brand pliers just like this. It's got a grit style of grip on it, and they're just very, very well made. So these are one of my most commonly used pliers right here. Next up is going to be the Fujiya flush cut catch nippers, and I'll show you what I just recently got these probably about 2 months ago, and I use these more than almost anything, obviously probably because I'm doing a lot of wiring right now, or I was doing a lot of wiring, and I used a lot of zip ties. So these are really nice when dealing with zip ties. You want something that is a flush cut, not a diagonal side cutter that leaves those sharp edges. This will cut that nice and flush. And Fujiya, it is a Japanese brand. Now when purchasing Fujiya stuff, I suggest actually finding the stuff that is Japanese made. They have a lot of Japanese made pliers, but they do have some that they outsource to Taiwan and a couple other countries. But all of their Japanese made stuff has been above and beyond. I've stated in all of my videos that I've included Fujiya stuff in, and I'm very highly impressed with this stuff. It is also affordable as far as a majority of them that are on Amazon. If they're not on Amazon, they can become quite expensive to get, especially when you get into shipping and all of that. But all of these will be linked down in the description for you guys. And the great thing about these, the reason I use these, is because of the catcher. So it has these little metal tabs on the back that flex, and they actually, when you cut the zip tie, it catches it with this portion here, so you don't have the rest of the zip tie flying off somewhere. So this is a really nice set, and it stays sharp, cuts like butter. It's fantastic. Next up being the Fujiya diagonal side cutters. Now I actually do have Channel Lock and Southwire USA made and Canipex diagonal side cutters, and I've used those all quite a bit. But when it comes to these, which I just got about 2 months ago, I've been using these and I'm extremely happy with them. They cut really well. The quality is, once again, above and beyond Japanese made tools. You can just see the finish on these. is just spectacular. And then it does have a crimping portion down here. This is part number 700-175. Once again, all of these will be linked down in the description. It does have a nice comfortable handle as well as a little bit of grit here, or knurling into the rubberized handle. The nippers with the catcher are going to be 90 CS or Charlie Sierra -125. And both of these are going to run $25 each. So fairly, very well priced. Next up, before I got these Fujiyas, these were my go-to diagonal side cutters. These are the Knipex 6 1/4 inch, where these are 7 1/4. These 6 1/4 diagonal side cutters have been fantastic. I've had them a few years now. They've held up really well and they still perform really, really well. They operate nice and smoothly. Once again, made in Germany. And stay tuned for my future video where I go over all of my pliers so you can see the other Knipex and Fujiya pliers that I have as well. And I have a few other brands. Those diagonal side cutters from Knipex are going to run $25 as well. So once again, priced very well. Some of the best pliers I've ever used, the Knipex 7-inch pliers wrench. They have these in multiple different sizes. This is PW7 or Papa Whiskey 7. And like I said, you can save some money by buying these in a set as well. You can get them in sets of 2 or 3, I believe. And this is great because not only can you use them as normal pliers, but they're great for grabbing fasteners really, really nicely. It grabs onto them just like a wrench. It's like an adjustable wrench, but a lot faster, and to me, just a lot better. Here's just kind of a quick look at the quality of it. And once again, it has that push button like the Cobras, so you can adjust. Really, really nice pliers. Knipex Pliers wrenches are going to range $50 to $60 by themselves. So they are a little bit more expensive, but when you buy them in a set, you do end up saving quite a bit of money. Next up being the Pliers or Vampire Pliers. These are the 7 1/2 inch long nose pliers. They have slip joint pliers and regular pliers. They have a wide variety of different pliers as well, but Pliers specialize in screw extraction, where they have a feature in the tip that allows you to grab rounded fasteners or screws and remove them. But I like to use these just as a standard long nose plier, not just because of the screw extraction, but because of the teeth that are in these pliers. They're nice and large, great for grabbing and gripping wire, cable, anything like that. The teeth are nice and large and they do mesh together. And they're a high quality Japanese brand tool as well. There you can see the part number, but once again, it will be linked down in the description. Kind of a cool looking comfort grip handle. All around some of my go-tos for my long nose pliers. Next up, those Pliers are going to run around $40. They do have a wide variety of different prices for their pliers. These are going to be the Tekton 11-inch long reach Duckbill Pliers, and these run $16. They're great because they're long reach, long nose, and they're duckbills. The reason I like duckbills sometimes is when I'm going to reach into tight spaces, sometimes when using something like this, the nose is so small, it's really hard to grab whatever I dropped, whether that be a fastener or a cotter pin or anything like that. These have a duck bill, so they're a lot better at grabbing small things, and you can still get into tight spaces with them. Plus, these have cross hatching in the teeth, so when grabbing anything, it is good at grabbing from all directions, not just from the front really well. So once again, a nice pair of pliers from Tekton and very affordable. Next up is the Knipex 11-inch long reach needle nose pliers. So like it's stated, it's a needle nose. It's 11 inches. Once again, Knipex being fantastic quality. As you can tell, I have quite a bit of Knipex up here just because I use them quite often. So the part number 2871280 has a black oxide coating here, nice grit style rubber grip, and a lot of features there in the nose for splitting wire, for grabbing small fasteners, some open end jaw feature here as well. So all around a very nice universal pair of pliers, very high quality. Those are going to run around $34. Next up is the Knipex 8-inch angled long nose pliers. These are going to run around $30, and I use these actually pretty often. Now when I use long nose, I already mentioned I use the Pliers. I also do have the Knipex in straight, just like this. but most of the time I'll use those just because of the teeth on them. But when I do need to get into awkward situations or pull something or bend something, these are really nice because they have that nice thin tip to them. And there are the teeth. And once again, operate like butter. Those 8-inch, like I said, are gonna run $30. Next up are my SnapOn 47 Alpha Charlie Foxtrot 8-inch Talon grip slip joints, and these are gonna normally run around $53. I picked them up for $20 with my student discount a few years ago when I was in college. So if you can get a discount on it, it's great. If not, most of the time you're buying these off of the tool truck, so you can do payments if this isn't the only thing you're buying. But they're great. They are a little bit bigger than your standard slip joints, and the comfort grip is quite a bit thicker than most comfort grips of this style. But it's nice because it has 3 positions, and the teeth on this are amazing. It's not really a crosshatch. Their Talon grip is almost like a bunch of points, so it is also extremely good at gripping. And the open jaw portion here has very large teeth, so it's really good at grabbing those fasteners as well. And then last up are the Knipex high leverage bolt cutters, and I never knew how much I could use a miniature set of bolt cutters. These things have been fantastic. 8 inches, they do run $50. Quick look at them. They've held up. I've cut a lot of things with them. Nails, wire, cable. There's a lot of stuff these miniature bolt cutters can just eat right through, which is amazing. Here's the part number for them, 7101200. And then on the back side here where it looks like the stop, it is actually a gripping portion. It does have teeth in there, 3 little teeth, and that is actually good for pulling wire. I don't really use that portion for that. I mainly just use the cutters, but once again, a fantastic set of pliers. So when I'm not using my Knipex Cobras, I do, or not really when I don't use these, because anytime I do need them, I am. But if I ever need 2, I don't have 2 sets of Cobras. I do have the kind of knockoffs from DeWalt and Boss Stitch, and if I ever need 2 pair, these are the DeWalt set that I got. I have a 10-inch pair and a 8-inch pair, I believe. It's 2 different sizes, and I picked it up for like 20 or 30 bucks. So it was nice just to have. It also has the push button. It doesn't have as many locking positions, and it's not as high of quality, obviously, but it helps me get the job done. As far as flush cuts, like I said, these have been my recent go-tos in the last couple months, but before that, I had these simple Play-Doh cutters, flush cuts, and they work really well. They're extremely cheap, but they worked really well, really well. And they're spring-loaded, but I just really like the catcher on those. Next up, diagonal side cutters. Like I said, I have Knipex and channel lock, like I have here, which have been great. They're just not quite as high quality as these. All of my diagonal side cutters work great, but the Fujiya just stand out among them, and the Knipex and the Southwire are also good sets as well, but that'll be in my later video when I show you all of my pliers. Then next up, pliers. It's the old style from Tekton. Still a great set of pliers, and these are very affordable as well, under 20 bucks, and they're made in the USA. Obviously not the same design, same shape and everything, but this is really good at grabbing fasteners and acting just like a wrench. Next up, besides the Van Plier long nose pliers, I also have the Knipex, like I stated, 2611-200, very high quality. It's just sometimes I prefer to have those larger teeth over these needle nose style teeth. And then long reach pliers, like I said, I like the Duckbills on these because it helps me grab things in tight spaces. But sometimes I'll use these. These are just the cheap Harbor Freight ones. And then these are the Gear Wrench XX for certain situations. It's not very often, but certain situations where things are extremely tight, but that's few and far between. And then I also have the Knipex angled head, just like these, but with the bent nose, 2881-280. And then slip joints, besides my SnapOn, I really enjoy the Tekton USA made 37-123s, just because of the different open end jaw features here. It's just all around a great set of your standard style slip joint pliers. And then the other pair that I like is also another product from Van Pliers over here. and they're your standard slip joint plier, but with that screw extraction in the front. I just don't use these quite as often because the entire front end is a screw extraction plier. All around, great sets of pliers. These are my go-tos. Let me know what your guys' go-tos are and what you guys thought of this, if you've ever used any of these, or if you're thinking about purchasing them. Once again, they're linked down in the description for you guys. But stay tuned for my future video where I go through all of my pliers, and I'll give you a tidbit of information on those as well. So if you guys enjoyed, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down in the comment section of your guys' thoughts or what you use, and as always, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. See you guys next time.